Greetings again, guys. Yes, I'm sitting in the car. Mrs. P is in doing some of her shopping. Leave it there. But it got me thinking about something we were talking about this morning in an email I received and everything like that. I got a question for you. If I was part of your mag, and let's say I came to your house this afternoon and said, hey, can I get a pound of salt, a pound of spaghetti, and a bottle of aspirin from you? Do you have it? Probably. Do you know where it is? There's a big question. All right. There's seems to be a lot of people who are preppers, or at least call themselves preppers, who are actually hoarders. Okay. That they've got all the stuff. They go to the store, they buy all the stuff, and it's just sitting in a pile somewhere. There's no organization, there's no whatever, there's no inventory. Do you have bottles of aspirin? Yes. How many? I have no idea. Do you have spaghetti? Yes. How much? I have no idea. Somebody asks you that question, you should be able to pull up an inventory list and go, bottles of aspirin, I've got 6. Pounds of spaghetti, I've got 30, whatever it is. And you should be able to know that. You should know exactly where it is, too. It shouldn't be, well, gee, I think I've got some out in the garage. Maybe there's some in the basement. Hang on, let me run around and look for it. That's hoarding. That's not prepping, okay? The biggest thing in regards to your equipment, food, gear, whatever it would be that you need for as a prepper is organization. All right. You're not going to have time when the Chinese come over the hill going, Marge, where'd I put that ammo again? Ain't gonna do you any good. Okay. Honey, what do you want for dinner? Oh, I don't know. How about if we have macaroni and cheese? Great. Do you know where it is? No, let me go look. Okay. Should be, hang on, I'll be right back and get it for you. This goes to play in every aspect of prepping, okay? I mean, there were questions yesterday on the live stream of how long does bottled water last? You should be rotating it, okay? And there's no way I can think of that you got a year's worth of bottled water. 6 gallons per person per day. Start doing how much bottled water that is. And if bottled water lasts 18 months, if you've got water in bottles that's 18 months old in your house, you're doing something wrong, okay? You're certainly not rotating it, because I could fill my entire house with bottled water and it wouldn't be 18 months worth for both of us. You know, rotating is something that's very important to your organization. You know, we all know when you go to the store now, you start looking at the expiration dates on some of these canned goods or things like that, perishable items. And where they used to be 3 years, now maybe they're a year. Now maybe they're this year. Now maybe they're even already expired and they're still on the store shelves. You know, it's very important to look at expiration dates. You know, I don't have to tell anybody when you go into a 7-Eleven or a Circle K or, you know, something like that, look at the expiration dates, because convenience stores are notorious for having expired goods on the shelves. But when you go into the grocery store, rather than just grab it off the shelf, you need to look, because with all this supply chain stuff going on, there's stuff that's been sitting in warehouses for 2 years. And now it's finally getting to the store and they're just putting it on the shelves. And you look at it and you go, expires in 2021. Cool. It's July of 2022. Okay. No, I'm not buying that. Okay. Maybe you go tell the store owner. But how much stuff do you have in your preps that, July of 2021? Why is it still there? That would be because you're hoarding. You're not prepping, okay? Having all the stuff means nothing if you don't know where it is, if you don't know how to use it, if it's like one channel I know of, it's still in the original store packaging because I've never even bothered to use it, but I've got it. Congratulations, you're not a prepper there, John. You're a hoarder. But yeah, so I mean, take a look at like your garden. Okay, this time of year, I mentioned the other day that I was cleaning out the beet patch. That Mrs. P and I yesterday were cleaning out the bean patch after picking everything. Okay, you got to clean it all out. Why? Because you're going to use it again. You can't just leave the stuff sit there and go, you know what? Nature will take care of it. No, nature won't. I mean, eventually, sure, nature will. You aren't planting in it for a while. Okay, you need to do the work. I'll just wait for volunteer plants to come up. No, that's not organization. Okay. Some plants can't be grown with other plants. Volunteer is not necessarily a good idea. Okay. I get volunteers in my yard often from the squirrels taking cracked corn and going planting, and all of a sudden I've got a corn stalk growing somewhere in the yard. It's a volunteer, right? Is it worthwhile? No, because it's not going to be able to pollinate. It's not going to give me any corn or anything like that. So what's the point? It's the same thing with volunteer plants. Hey, maybe you get one somewhere. Maybe you don't. I mean, now all of a sudden you've got this rogue tomato growing in your potato plants. Well, how are you going to go pick those tomatoes? Because now you got to walk all over the other plants. It doesn't make any sense. What are you doing? You're attracting more bugs. You're attracting more weeds. Gee, have you weeded your garden? I don't know. There's something that needs to be done. There's a big, 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 big difference, like I said, between being a prepper and being a hoarder. You can collect all the stuff in the world, but if your living room looks like, a hurricane just hit it, you're a hoarder. You're not a prepper. Okay? If your front yard looks like a hurricane just hit it, you're a hoarder, not a prepper. If you're a prepper, you could have the neighbors walk by the house. You could have the neighbors over to your house for dinner, and nobody'd even know that you're a prepper. That's the difference between hoarding and prepping. Okay? Again, it's OPSEC. Same thing we talked about yesterday. Hiding in plain sight. Do you have a bunch of food put away? Yes. Do you have weapons? Yes. Do you have all this sort of stuff? Yes. Does the casual observer realize it? Nope. Casual observer is going to know you got a garden. Sure. Okay. A lot of people have gardens. Doesn't mean they're a prepper. Okay. You may have guns. Casual observer is Tennessee. Okay. Pretty much everybody has a gun. Casual observer sees a gun. Doesn't make him think anything. Okay. Nobody's going to come into my house, come into anywhere I have stuff put away and go, because they're not going into those areas. They're not in plain sight. The mailman is not coming to my front door with a package and looking in and going, hey, look, 900 cans of spaghetti sauce jarred up. No, because it's put away. It's organized. It's dated. I know where it is. If Mrs. P says, honey, go get some garlic salt, I know exactly where I need to go. I know where all the spices are. I know which room I need to go into. And I can pull it out and be back in 30 seconds. That's prepping. A mishmash of a bunch of stuff all over the place is hoarding. If I come over to your house and ask for salt, spaghetti, and aspirin, which one are you?